Good morning, students. Myself, G.Radha, Senior Lecturer in CCP from Government Polytechnic for Women, Warangal. In today's class, we will be discussing on the topics define operating system, need for operating system, functions of operating system, and types of operating system. In yesterday's class, we have already discussed on the topics classification of computers based on capabilities, that is macro, mini, mainframe computers, and classification of computers based on and purpose. And we have discussed about different types of PCs, configuration of computers in yesterday's class. Okay, students, in today's class, let us go to the actual topic operating system. What is operating system? Operating, the word itself means running. So, operating system is how we run the computer system, how we actually start the computer system. So, operating system is a set of programs that help a user to interface with the computer and uses its resources. It is nothing but it contains a set of programs which act as an mediator between the user and the computer system. It directs the user how to use the computer system. Okay, students. So, what is an operating system? Operating system is a set of programs that help a user to interface with the computer and use its resources, act as a mediator, or it interact the user with the computer system by making by guiding how to use the different resources. It is an operating system. So, actual definition of operating system is a software program or set of programs that mediate access between physical devices such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, disk drive, or network connections. Okay, students, is a software program or set of programs that mediate access between physical devices. It is a program which helps in accessing the physical devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, disk drive, or network connection, and application programs such as word processor, World Wide Web browser, or electronic mail clients. Okay, students, this is the actual definition of operating system. We have seen what is an operating system. Operating system is a set of programs that help a user to interface with a computer and use its resources. Definition of operating system is a software program or set of programs that mediate access between physical devices and application programs. So, what are the physical devices here? Keyboard, mouse, monitor, disk drive or network connection, and application programs, word processor, World Wide Web browser, or electronic mail client. Okay, students. Now, this is a diagrammatic representation of how operating system is working. So user here, this is a user, ourselves, and this is a mediator, okay, through which we actually operate the computer system, operating system and computers. This is a pictorial representation of operating system in this slide. Next, what are the needs of operating system? Why we need an operating system? So you understood, students? Suppose if you take an example of a television which you bought into your home. Suppose you bought into you have purchased a new television. So directly we cannot get programs in the television. So for seeing the programs in television, what you need is either you need a dish connection, or you need a that is dish connections. Okay, in the same way, for using a computer system by user, or making the computer system operate, for operating the computer system we need operating system. Okay, need of operating system. In early days, user had to design the application according to the internal structure of hardware. Depending upon the structure of hardware, the user has to design the application. That is a need of operating system. Needed to enable the user to design the application without concerning the details of computer's internal structure. So these are the need of operating system. Needed to enable the user to design the application, that is software. What we are using is a application is a software without concerning the details of the computer's internal structure. Next topic is, students, we are going to discuss is usage of operating system. What is the actual uses of operating system? First point, easy interaction between the human and computer. It helps in easy way of interacting the user with the computer system. Second point, starting computer operation automatically when power is turned on. That is, starting the computer operation automatically when power in turn on. That is the use of operating system uses. Third point, loading and scheduling user programs. So whenever you start the system, the loading and scheduling of programs. Scheduling is when you are using, how you are using timings. Okay, students. User programs is whatever software you have in a computer system which we actually use to work. Fourth point, controlling input and output. That is nothing but operating system helps in connections. Okay, that is nothing but a input and output. What we are entering, whatever we enter the input and whatever we get the output on the monitor will be controlled by operating system. Controlling program execution. Okay, because it is a software. Okay, operating system is a software part of computer system. Fifth point is controlling program execution. So operating system is used for controlling the program execution. Next, sixth point, managing use of main memory. So in operating system, we can manage the use of main memory. Actually, suppose for example, you have 4 GB RAM of memory. Total 4 GB will not be used. It is actually bifurcated in some drives. Okay, student, it is bifurcated in drives, that is C drive. C drive is actually main drive where we actually have the softwares, whatever you have in the systems, and D drive, E drive is the backup. D drive and E drives are created with some memory for taking the actual backup of the whatever files which are very important. That is managing use of main memory. Okay, students, this can be done by operating system. In operating system, we can go in the settings and do the manage the use of main memory. For example, I have told you, so suppose it is 4 GB RAM. 4 GB RAM completely is not used. It is actually bifurcated into two plus 1 plus 1. 2 is used for C drive, that is hard disk drive, and 1 GB is used for D drive, 1 GB for E drive, that is a for backups. So because there is chances that system can crash and C drive, whatever files are there in C drive will vanish. So whatever you take in backup in D or E drive exist in the computer systems for use in further. Okay, students. Next uses of operating system is providing security to user programs. So operating systems provides security to user programs by giving user ID and passwords. Okay, even operating system uses this. We can provide security to user programs. So okay, students, these are the uses of operating system. What are the uses of operating system? We have discussed easy interaction between the human and computer. First point. Second point, starting computer operation automatically when power is power in turned on. Third point, loading and scheduling users program. Fourth point, controlling input and output. Fifth point, controlling program execution. Sixth point, managing use of main memory. Seventh point is providing security to user programs. Okay, students, I think you have got the point, understood. What are the uses of operating system, that is usage of operating system. Why we need the operating system is to design the application, needed to enable the user to design the application without concerning the details of computer's internal structure. Next topic, let us go to the next topic is what are the functions of operating system. Okay student, what are the functions of operating system? So let us see what are the functions of operating system. Uses we have seen, now we will see functions of operating system. That is, first function is processor management, second function is memory management, third is input output management, fourth file management, fifth establishment and enforcement of a priority system. And other functions of operating system is coordination and assignment of compilers, assemblers, utility programs, and other softwares to various uses of the user of the computer system, facilitates easy communication between the computer system and the computer operator, establishes data security and integrity. Okay, students, these are the functions of operating system. Let us see in detail what is processor management. First function of operating system is processor management. So, assignment of processor to different tasks being performed by the computer system. So, processor to perform different tasks is being performed by the computer system. Okay, students, memory management, allocation of main memory and other storage areas to the system programs as well as user programs and data. So, memory management, this is what second function of operating system is, it manages the memory, allocation of main memory and other storage areas to the system programs as well as user programs and data. I've already told you students in uses of operating system, that is, suppose you have a 4 GB RAM, the 4 GB complete memory will not be allocated. It is bifurcated into 2 plus 1 plus 1. 2 is used for hard disk drive, that is C drive, and 1 is used for D drive, and other one is used for E drive for backup. Okay, students. Third function of operating system is input output management. What is this input output management? Coordination and assignment of the different output and input device while one or more programs are being executed. So, when more than one program are executed, the operating system coordinates different output and input devices, and assignment of the different input and output devices can be managed by the operating system. Fourth function of operating system is file management. So how operating system perform file management? Storage of file of various storage devices to another, storage of file of various storage devices to another. It also allows all files to easily change and modified through the use of text editors or some other files manipulation routines. This is file management function of operating system. Functions of operating system, that is a fourth function is file management. Here what will happen? Storage of file of various storage devices to another. Okay, we are using to store the files in another storage devices. It also allows all files to be easily changed and modified through the use of text editors. So this is how operating system helps in managing the files by changing and modifying the files using text editors or some other file manipulation routines. Okay students, now let us go to the fifth function of operating system is establishment and enforcement of a priority system. Determines and maintains the order in which jobs are to be executed. Establishment and enforcement of priority system, that is nothing but first in first out, that is first which job comes will be executed, and it will take the second. This allocation of jobs, that is execution of files or allocation of jobs, will be done by the operating system. Automatic transition from job to job as directed by special control statements, interpretation of commands and instructions. Okay, so this is about the fourth fifth function of operating system. The other function is coordination and assignments of compilers, assemblers, utility programs, and other software to the various user of the computer system. Facilities easy communication between the computer system and the computer operator. That is, communication between the system and the operator can be done by operating system. Operating system also performs the functions of establishing data security and integrity. Okay, students? Data security and integrity. This can be maintained by operating system. Okay, students? So these are the functions of operating system. Now let us move to the next topic is what are the types of operating system we have. Single user operating system and multi-user operating system. We have two types of operating systems, that is single user operating system and multi-user operating system. Under single user operating system, only a system can be used for operating. There is no sharing of data between the systems. We cannot use other system share the data between two systems. Can That is single user operating system. For example, under a single user operating system is again divided into character user interface and graphic user interface. In character user interface we use, that is keyboard as input device. For example, MS DOS is a character user interface in which we use keyboard. Next single user operating system is graphical user interface. Here we use mouse as an input device, and the example of graphical user interface is MS Windows. Okay, MS Windows is graphical user interface in which we use mouse as an input device. Okay, students. Now let us go to the multi-user operating system. What is multi-user operating system? Here, a system can be used, a system hardware or software can be shared with the other systems. Other set of systems is nothing but a multi-user operating system. When you share the software or hardware parts, that is, suppose for example, printer can be connected to one system and it can be shared with the other system for taking out the printouts, or software whatever it is, or net connections. Suppose there is a system which has a net connection, and this net connection can be shared to other systems in the lab. Okay, by using the, that is nothing but a hub. So we have in the computer lab, there is a hub, and there is a system which act as a server, where actually the internet connection is there, through that hub we can share the internet connection from this, that server system to the clients, different clients. Okay, students, that is a, the example of multi user operating system is Unix. Okay, students. Now let us go to the first type of operating system, that is DOS. What is DOS? Disk operating system. So DOS is a disk operating system. Stands for disk. Okay, DOS stands for disk operating system. DOS was the first operating system used by IBM compatible computers. It was originally available in two versions that were essentially the same but marketed under two different names. DOS uses a command line or text based interface that allows the user to type commands. Okay, it uses what? It is nothing but a single user operating system. It is character based operating system. Okay, students, here that is why it is uses a command line or text based interface that allows the user to type commands. Next point about DOS is a disk operating system, abbreviated DOS, is a computer operating system that resides on and can use a disk drive, disk storage device such as floppy disk, hard disk drive, or optical disk. Okay, is a computer operating system that resides on and can use a disk storage device such as floppy disk, hard disk drive, or optical disk. Next, DOS is an operating system that runs from a hard disk drive. Okay, actually, within hard disk, the DOS disk operating system will be situated within the hard disk. The term can also refer to a particular family of disk operating system, most commonly MS-DOS, that is Microsoft Disk Operating System. Okay, that runs from the hard disk drive. Actually, DOS is an operating system that runs from a hard disk drive. Okay, students. Next point that we are discussing about is disk operating system. These are the some of the points we were discussing. We are discussing now. The last retail version of MS-DOS was MS-DOS 6.22. After this release, MS-DOS was still bundled as part of Windows but no longer required a separate license. It can still be run under Windows using command prompt program. Okay, along with now, even now, all the systems which we are using, that is a Intel Core i3, i5, i7, we have a DOS, that is MS-DOS 6.22 software, that is a which can which we can run in Windows from command prompt program. Okay, students. Next, disk operating system is already used to describe several very similar command line disk operating systems. PC DOS, personal computer disk operating system, was the first widely installed disk operating system used in personal computers running on Intel 8086 16-bit processor. It was developed for IBM by Microsoft Corporation, which also produced its own almost identical version called MS-DOS. PC-DOS was the version developed by IBM and sold to the first IBM compatible manufacturers. MS-DOS was the version that Microsoft bought the rights to and was bundled with the first version of Windows. So DOS uses a command line text-based interface that allows the user to type commands by typing simple instructions such as PWD, which means print working directory, and CD change directory. The user can browse the files on the hard disk, on the hard drive, open files and run programs. Okay, students. DOS uses a command line or text-based interface that allows the user to type command. Suppose you type the command PWD, that is print working directory, or CD means change directory, allows the user to browse the files on the hard disk and open files and run the programs. Okay, students, this is about the disk operating system, which is a single user operating system, which is command based operating system. Now, what is the role of disk operating system? DOS coordinates the various resources of the computer and to sees to it that they perform their desired task as desired by users. So this is the role of DOS operating system. Disk DOS, that is disk operating system, coordinates the various resources of the computer and sees to it that they perform their desired task as desired by the users. Next, what are the functions of disk operating system? DOS. Functions of DOS: coordinates the various resources of the computers and sees to it that they perform their desired tasks as desired by users. This is a function, and this is also a role of disk operating system, that is DOS. Now let us see the next topic we are going to discuss is what are the types of DOS commands we have. There are two types of DOS commands. That is, first one is internal commands Second is external commands. So what is internal commands in DOS? Reside in command.com, which loads into memory when the computer system is started. So internal commands they reside in command.com, which are loaded into memory when the computer system is started. These commands do not reside on disk. They reside on command.com. Okay, students. So what are the list of internal commands we have in a computer system is break, call, chdir, or the other word cd, cls, copy, date, del, in brackets erase, dir, echo, exit, mkdir or md, path, pause, prompt, rename, or the other command is ren, rmdir or rd, time, type, ver, vol. So okay students, so these are the some of the list of internal commands. We have DOS internal commands. Now let us see the next one is external commands. What are external commands of DOS? Commands are files that do reside on disk, available in floppy or hard disk. Okay, students, they are available on floppy or hard disk. These are the commands that reside on the disk. These are not readable into memory when the system is booted. They are not readable into, they don't come into picture RAM when the system is booted. The commands which comes into picture when the system is booted is internal commands because they reside in command.com. Okay, students. Now let us see the list of external DOS commands you have. What are the list of external DOS commands is append, attrib, attrib, chk, dsk, deltree, deltree, discomp, disk, comp, that is used for comparing of disks. Then disk, copy for copying the disk. DOSKY, DOS shell, SHELL, edit, fdisk, find. Then you have format, unformat, label, mode, print, replace, restore, scan disk, sort, tree, undelete, xcopy. Okay, students, these are some of the list of external DOS commands you have. So, in today's class, students, we have discussed about the definition of operating system, need for operating system, functions of operating system, and what are the types of operating system you have, and role of DOS. What is disk operating system? That is DOS. What is the role of DOS? What are the functions of DOS? And what are the types of DOS commands? Disk operating system commands. And what are internal commands? We have seen the list of internal commands. And what are external DOS commands? We have also seen the list of external DOS commands in the class. Okay, students. Now let us go to the next is quiz part. Let us see some of the questions under quiz part in the slide. So first question is, what is DOS? So he has given some options here. Some options are given. A. Language. B. Operating system. C. Package. D. All. Okay, student. What is the answer here? It is operating system. Now let us proceed to the second question. What is booting? So under these questions, four options are given. That is A. Input. B. Output. C. Loading operating system. D. All. So what is the answer here, students? Booting is nothing but a loading operating system. We have already discussed in the previous class What is booting means whenever you switch on the system, the operating system comes into picture. That is nothing but called booting process, because the RAM, okay, you can only read it. So operating system you can read it but you cannot edit it, or that is nothing but a booting process. Next, third question. The DOS internal command is, what is the DOS internal command? Here he has given some four options: format, X copy, copy, print. Okay, student, what is the answer here? Copy. Copy is the DOS internal command. Next, in fifth question, he is asking the DOS external command. So he has given some four options: CLS, date, sort, del. So what is the DOS external command here, students? Sort. We have already seen the slide list of DOS internal and DOS external commands. Now let us see the next questions. Dash is an example of housekeeping. So what is meaning of housekeeping? Formatting disks. So formatting disks is an example of housekeeping. Next question is, Dash is an example of single user operating system. What is the example of single user operating system? Students, MS-DOS. Okay. So next question is, operating system is a type of device. He's asking whether true or false. Is operating system is a type of device? No, it is false. Operating system is not a type of device. It is a set of programs which act as interface between the user and computer system. Okay, students. So for today, I have given some assignment, that is explain functions of an operating system. Okay, go to home and prepare this assignment, and we'll be discussing in tomorrow's class. So what is the assignment I have given in today's class is explain functions of an operating system. What are the functions of an operating system? Okay, students. Now let us see the next slide is about frequently asked questions. What are the frequently asked questions in previous semester examinations about today's topics which we have discussed? So what are the questions we are going to expect in the exam or frequently asked? These are the questions already asked in the frequently end examinations. That is, what is an operating system? First question. Second question, explain different types of operating systems, which we have already discussed in the class, in today's class. What is the role of DOS? List internal and external commands. Okay, students, these are the four questions which has been already asked in the frequently asked in the previous end semester examinations. Okay, students, I think in today's class you have understood the topics which we have already discussed. So after completion of this class, I think you are able to understand what is operating system and what is definition of operating system, what is the need for operating system, what are the functions of operating system, and what are the types of operating system, and role of operating system. Role of what is DOS. Okay, we have discussed about DOS, disk operating system. What is role of disk operating system? What are the types of operating systems? Disk operating system commands. What are the types of DOS commands? We have seen even the list of internal and external commands. Okay, students. So I'll end the session here. Bye, students. Bye for now.